Okay, everybody, good Monday morning. We are going to drive around today. We were snowed in yesterday. We had about 6 inches of snow here in Granite Falls, North Carolina. Didn't even try to get out, and Shaughnessy's been sick all week, but she's feeling a little bit better today and kind of wanting just to get out of the house for a short ride. So don't know where we're going to be. We're going to drive around town a little bit and look at the snow, and that is if I can get out. I parked my van up at the top of the hill. We had to walk up to the van this morning, and then we may drive up towards the mountains because they got dumped on a lot more than we did. But usually about once every year I succeed in sliding off into a ditch, and my neighbor has to come with his tractor and pull me out. So I'm sure he has been praying that I don't try to do what I'm getting ready to do today. So sorry about the dog. Y'all know he always does that. So we're going to try to get out of here. I'm parked at the top of the hill. Our house is behind me. So we're going to see if we can get out and see how the roads are today and check things out.
Okay, ready.
The old Honda Odyssey is a front wheel drive. So once we get on the main road, we should be good to go. There's our boxer. That's the most dog has ever been.
He's going to lead the way for us.
Yeah, he's going to scout everything, make sure we can get out. Once we get down this hill, we usually have it licked by that point. He'd better move, because I can't stop.
Yeah, there he goes.
Okay, we are out. Again, sorry about the Yorkie. He will settle down here in just a few minutes. But one of my favorite things to do is get out and drive in snow. And again, with Shaughnessy being sick yesterday, I just kind of stayed around with her. But after watching Virginia Funseekers getting out and doing it, I kind of started wanting to get out myself. So you can see they give a lot of attention to this road here.
Can you see over that pile of snow? Okay?
Yeah, I can see. Our boxer's still following us. I'm going to guess the main roads are okay. They usually are by now. I'm sure our road crew's been hard at work getting them okay. So what I'm going to do here, first of all, if my dog will shut up, is take a left here. And this is called the Dudley Shoals Road, or Dudley Avenue. And this road is still not good. So we're going to take it slow. We're going to drive up into the town of Granite Falls. Alright. Finally got my dog to shut up. So we're just going to take it very slow right now. This van actually does pretty well in snow, being a front wheel drive, but it's not a four wheel drive, so still have to be very cautious. I'm surprised this road is still as covered as it is.
Yeah, I am too. You can tell they've scraped it just maybe once.
And they are saying that there's a chance of more of this on Friday. So we're gonna hope. And when I say hope, I mean hope it does, because I like snow. I'm 52 years old. I've never, a lot of people when they get grown up, oh, I don't want to see snow and ice. I don't know what's the matter with you. I still love to see snow and ice. Yeah, snow's, I'd rather see snow than ice, to be honest with you. We did get about 6 inches of snow, and then we got quite a bit of sleet afterwards. They originally told us that we were going to get upwards of 10 inches of snow, and when they were first calling for this about a week out, there was even throwing around the idea of maybe us getting about a foot. And they always do that. They always overhype you and get you excited. If they just said we were going to get 6 inches to start with, I'd have been fine with that. But when you're expecting 10 or 12 and then it's 6, you kind of feel like you got cheated in a way. But we made some snow cream yesterday morning. And we're almost up into the town of Granite Falls now. This is just a little small town in the foothills of the Blue Ridge Mountains. We are about 30 minutes down the mountain from Blowing Rock off of Highway 321. We're between the towns of Lenore and Hickory. Hickory's probably much more well known. This is a furniture area. From Hickory to Lenore, there's more furniture stores than probably anywhere else in the country. So we're coming into Granite Falls now. What is the population of the town of Granite Falls?
It's like 4,900. It's right under 5,000.
Now my wife works for the town, doesn't even know the population.
I don't know exactly.
Yeah, you should know that right to the person. But no, I'm kidding there. But this is downtown Granite Falls, and yeah, the roads are not as good as I thought they would be at all. But anyway, alright, I'm going to take the other camera now and give you just a little bit of a view of the downtown of where we live, Granite Falls, North Carolina. I take it the dash cam fell off the windshield again. I just heard something behind me. So, and here's a car coming, and just to kind of give you an idea about how much snow fell. This car's still got, looks like about all 6 inches on top. So, anyway. Okay, so we're going to take a right here. Now, let me say something about Granite Falls. I've lived here my entire life. I've lived in the same house my entire life, actually. The house I live in now is the house I grew up in. And aside from 3 years when I was in Florida for college, this is where I've lived. This is where I've called home my entire life. Shaughnessy, where were you born?
St. Cloud, Minnesota.
St. Cloud, Minnesota. They get a little bit of this every once in a while, too, in Minnesota. But you've been down here for most of your life.
Yeah, we moved down here when I was 5, and we lived in a few different places, but, you know, settled in the Granite Falls, Dudley Shoals area.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Granite Falls is always considered my hometown, too. So the house that you grew up in is the same house that we've lived in the whole time we've been married, raised our boys in.
That's right. Our boys were raised there, and in April we'll be there. You'll be there for 29 years.
Yep.
And there goes my phone. And over here to the left, don't know if you can see that, they're doing a lot of remodeling and building new buildings. That's the Granite Falls Middle School. That's where I went grades 7 through 9 back in the mid-1980s, early and mid-1980s.
And I went 7 and 8, 7th and 8th grade.
So that little dog bark you heard, that's my cell phone ringer. That was my little Yorkie Pierre that y'all have heard me talk about that I lost in 2019. He passed away around the age of 15 years old. So I found a video clip of his bark, and that is my cell phone ringer. So, and it always goes off when we're doing a recording. So, anyway, we're just going to ride through Granite Falls now. Over here to the right is the fire department. It's not a big town at all. We'll go up here to the edge, and I'll turn around and ride back through and go the other way. But I'm really surprised. I was expecting the roads, at least the main road through town, Highway 321A here, I was expecting this to be clear. It is obviously not. And depending on how clear 321 is, I don't know how far we'll even be able to get up the mountain. I was hoping to go as far as Boone, where they got upwards of a foot of snow. Well, I guess that's what they were forecasting. I don't know what they actually ended up getting. But they usually get higher snowfall than we do down here. But I don't know if you're like me. I like to get out and about. I mean, I like my home, don't get me wrong, but especially when it snows, I get cabin fever really bad, and the first time I can get out, I got to get out. And that's kind of what today is, and I'm just glad Shaughnessy's feeling well enough today to go with me, because I didn't really want to go and leave her in case she needed anything. We have to park, like I say, at the top of the hill, because when you back out of our driveway, you immediately have to go uphill, and when it's snow covered, it's nearly impossible. So normally when snow's coming, we go ahead and park at the top, so we can just drive down the other side. Alright, I'm going to turn around right here. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn right here, and we're going to go down by the recreation center. Got a lot of fond memories as a kid at the Granite Falls Recreation Center.
We used to go swimming growing up every summer. Me and my friends would go spend days at the pool.
And this road is absolutely terrible.
Wow.
And yes, folks, Granite Falls has a Dollar General, just like everybody else has a few. We got a couple around here too. There are literally $3 Generals in just a stone's throw of here.
They're not even open, are they?
No, they're not. So, yeah, I'm really surprised at how bad these roads still are. But what I was saying about the Granite Falls Recreation Center, as a kid, I played baseball there. They have the gym. We used to play basketball there a lot. Then my boys, they played in baseball leagues there. And both of my sons are actually pretty good at baseball, even though one hates baseball. He was still good at it. And they would make all-star team pretty much every year. We went to state tournament a couple of times. Finished third one year in the state. That's not bad for Granite Falls, a little town of less than 5,000 people.
What's wrong?
I don't know what's going on right here. We're going to be able to go through. Not sure what's going on right here. Looks like there's a chain over the road.
Oh, they're going to have to pull them out. Yeah, you may want to stand back. Way back.
Okay, let's
I felt the slide.
Slid a little right there. It's the first time I've slid. When we came to a stop, but it's only going about 2 miles an hour anyway, so. Does he want me to go on?
Okay.
Yeah, folks, this road is a solid sheet of ice. I have to believe 321 is going to be better. But this is honestly, and I'm ashamed to say this, because snow is, not that we get a ton of it, but because we don't, but usually every year we can depend on 1 or 2 really good snowfalls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes more and sometimes a little less. In 2018, in December, we got walloped with a 15-inch snowfall, and it was nice. I mean, it was big. Since then, this is our first significant snowfall since then. We've had, last couple of winters, we've had some that just cover the ground an inch or two, but not really anything to get excited about. So this is long overdue. It's a 6-inch, respectable snowfall, but it's overdue. So we're going to get out and enjoy it today. So over here to the left is the Granite Falls Recreation Center, and of course they got tennis courts, ball fields, and a gymnasium where I still to this day love to go and shoot basketball. And haven't been in a while, but I like to go up there sometime on my days off just to exercise and practice my free throw shooting. 2 years ago I actually hit 94 out of 100 free throws. I know y'all are very interested in knowing that, but that's my record to this day, is 94 out of 100. So I got to take it really slow right here, because again, this is solid. It stayed cold all day yesterday. It stayed, I don't think the temperature got above 23 or 24 degrees all day. So obviously nothing melted, and it was cloudy. Today the sun is trying to poke through, and it's a little warmer. It's probably 30 now maybe.
The wind is pretty chilly though.
Yeah, so I'm going to turn right here, go back into town. Yeah, there's still some wind whipping up, as you can see that snow blowing off that yard there. And like I say, Granite Falls is located about 10 minutes north of Interstate 40 from Hickory on Highway 321. If you're headed up to Boone, Blowing Rock, you will pass through Granite Falls and not even know it. Although we do have a lot more now than we used to. We have a Walmart now. I can remember growing up as a kid here in Granite Falls, and all we had were little local diners. There was nothing.
Yeah.
And then I remember in the 1990s, Hardee's was built, and that was the first chain of anything we ever had. Now we got a Bojangles, a Wendy's.
McDonald's.
Still won't put in a Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't know why. But
McDonald's, Pizza Hut.
yeah, we got McDonald's, Pizza Hut.
There's a whole little shopping area.
Yeah,
There is
really?
at Walmart. There's even a medical center now.
Over here to the left is the Granite Falls Elementary School. That's where I went as a child. I'm going to turn the other camera on here and try to get a shot of that. So over there is the Granite Falls Elementary School. I went there grades 1 through 6. I'm sorry, what were you just saying?
Oh, I was just naming the restaurants. I said
Yeah, that's what I was wanting to pick
and then
up.
I said we had a shopping complex, and we even got a medical complex over there.
Yeah, we got
Cruise.
a medical complex now, so we're moving up. We got a Japanese restaurant, 2 Mexican restaurants.
Chinese. Chinese.
Oh yeah, a Hong Kong kitchen. I forgot about them.
Yeah. They've been there for a long time.
And we got one of the better seafood places around here.
People will come from a long way.
Captain's Galley Seafood. People drive 30 or 40 miles. It's the best seafood restaurant around. We're not near the coast.
We need to do a review on them.
Well, we do. We certainly do. So we're coming back into town now. You're going to be looking straight at the Granite Falls middle school that we just passed a few moments ago. I'm just so glad to get out of the house, honestly. Yesterday we rewatched the movie Cars because of our recent trip through Seligman, Arizona, and Route 66. And I'll tell you, this time I got choked up watching it, knowing we'd been there.
And the real story behind it.
Yeah, the real story behind it that we didn't know about until we interviewed Angel Delgadilla's son-in-law, and he told us how parts of that movie were actually after his father-in-law's life, and it was just it has a lot more meaning now than just a Disney cartoon.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Now they're hard at work plowing the roads. So the roads, this road here is noticeably improved in the last 10 minutes. Look at that.
Oh yeah, wow.
Well, folks, we just came through here. Now look.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're out doing their job. Thankful for people that get out and do that and take care of the roads for us. So up here is the Caldwell County Library on the left. That's been in about 15 different locations in my life. That may be an exaggeration a little bit, but at least 5.
It has moved around.
Yeah, they move every couple of years. So anyway, this is our sleepy little town. Like I say, we've got a lot now compared to what we had when I was growing up here. We had nothing as far as, again, just a few little small town diners and cafes. That was it.
Yeah.
If you wanted to go out to eat and you lived in Granite Falls, you went to Hickory or Lenore, and most likely Hickory. Hickory's a lot bigger and had a lot more even back in the 70s. Hickory had pretty much what you needed.
In the town office, I need to take some pictures of the old aerial views of the town and let you see how much the town's changed.
I have one that was taken by drone a few years ago, but yeah, I'd love to see some of the old ones.
Yeah, it's pretty neat because right here in the town square, I don't know how they did it, but the cars are actually parked long ways rather than parallel parking. It looks so much bigger, but it's not. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. It's really neat to see. I'll have to take a picture of that to show you.
So, right here, do you mind them knowing where you work?
Nope, that's where I work.
Granite Falls Town Office, In God We Trust. Glad to see that on a public building.
Yeah.
Here to the right is the Granite Falls Drugstore. Now, when I was a child, that was Winn-Dixie Supermarket. We don't have Winn-Dixie around here anymore. That's a Jacksonville, Florida-based chain, and there's still some left in Florida, maybe Georgia, but we don't have. I don't know if there's any in North Carolina. I know we don't have this one anymore. It's the first time we've done this during a snowfall since 2010 Christmas Day. We got socked with about 10 inches of snow on Christmas Day in 2010. I remember driving around through town. And tell you what, I guess we can do now. You want to drive down across the bridge? We're going to drive through town here, and there's a bridge up here, and I'm going to see if the lake's frozen over. This lake, actually, you can see from our house, or you could before the trees grew up.
Mill Pond.
Yes, actually the Granite Falls Mill Pond, but that's the lake I grew up going fishing in because you can walk to it from my house, and we're going to be across it from my house this time. But
and actually down here kind of close to the bridge, we won't see it, but there's actually the Granite Falls, the actual falls.
Yeah, the waterfall. You have to walk out to it.
It's named after.
Yeah, that's one thing. My stepdad, he's from New York, and he would always kind of mock Granite Falls, say, where's the falls? And for years, I had to say, I didn't know. I did not know.
Yeah, we walked out there with just me.
Yeah.
Well, since I started working for the town,
we found out where they were and walked out there to see them. Probably not going to do that today, but right here, Concord Baptist Church. I've always thought this church, I've never been to it, but I've always thought that church was pretty when it snowed, just the yard there. I'm a little nervous about going down to the bridge because we're going to have to descend down a hill here, so I'm going to have to really, really go slow. I don't want to have to use my brakes.
Why have these people just stopped?
I do not know. I'm a little concerned about coming back up this. Well, we're going to do it. We'll find out if it was a good or a bad idea.
Well, let them go on.
My wife's obviously feeling better because she's passenger seat driving again. That's how I know she's on the upswing. Being told all my driving mistakes. I know.
I'm just nervous.
I know. I've wrecked you so many times, haven't I? The guy keeps motioning for me. I'm going as fast as I'm going to go. So far, it's going pretty smooth. I just don't know about coming back up it. There's Pine Street. My grandmother, years ago, used to live over on Pine Street for a while.
Getting hot all of a sudden.
Huh?
So I'm getting hot all of a sudden.
Well, my wife's getting hot. I hope is that, yeah, that's recording, I think. Can you tell?
Record?
Yeah,
it is.
Okay. This dash cam has proven very frustrating at times. Sometimes it doesn't record sound. You know what? Better make sure it's recording sound.
That's what I was going to say. I hope it's been recorded.
First time we used it, we drove all day through the mountains looking at fall leaves. Thought we was going to have a great video to put it, and got home and everything was mute. You talk about frustrating. Some people out just enjoying the snow today. Started to get a little bit fast there, and then I hit my brakes and slid a little bit. So
we actually even have a Granite Falls History and Transportation Museum there at the Baird House. It tells a lot about the history of Granite Falls.
Have you been in? I had never been in that.
No, but I'm just saying I know about it.
How long has that actually been there?
I have no idea.
I don't remember it growing up.
I don't know. I just know they talk about it at work.
Now, folks, we're some weird people. We travel a lot, long distance. There's things in our own area we've never done. I've never been in the Granite Falls History Museum. That's bad. Lived here 52 years. We've never been to the Biltmore House in Asheville. That's a little over an hour away.
We need to do that sometime.
Well, we've been to California, but ain't never been to the Biltmore House. So go figure. Alright, getting ready to cross the bridge over the Granite Falls Mill Pond. And if nobody's behind me, I'm going to stop and try to get a little video. I can't tell if the lake is frozen or partially frozen. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't.
I don't think so.
Doesn't look like it is back over in there. As a kid, I know people always say it used to be colder, but it did. Yeah, there is a little bit of ice down there around the, it's just not frozen all the way across. I remember when the lake would freeze all the way across it, we'd walk out on it several feet. I remember we had a little pug dog, and my dad took him one time, and just kind of, she shouldn't have done this, but he just kind of took him and slid him across the ice. I remember the dog, his paws all sprawled out, and he just making a circle as he spun. And he walked back, so yeah, there's a little bit of freezing over there. Give me the camera here. And naturally got somebody coming behind me. Yeah, it's mostly not frozen, but there is some ice. It is partially frozen over 50 feet out from the edge. Okay, we've turned around now, heading back down towards the pond. And as you can see, people are just taking it slow. The roads are still in very treacherous shape. One thing about this snowfall, it wasn't as pretty as a lot of snowfalls. I like the kind of heavy wet snow that blankets the pine trees and they look weighted. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. This was not a wet snow. This was a powdery cold, like, you know, like when it's really cold, it was like a powdery dry snow. Mm-hmm. And the wind was so strong yesterday.
Yeah, it was whipping it around everywhere.
It was whipping it around everywhere, blowing it off the vehicles. The vehicles didn't really get a good snow cover. Ours did, and that one we saw earlier did. But they just didn't get a good snow cover because the wind was just whipping it around most of the day, and it didn't really stick to the trees as much. And I like a good wet snow that sticks to the trees and weights the trees down. And of course that causes problems, I understand. It makes trees fall over and things like that. So I'm going to stop right here in the road and get a look. So here the lake is partially frozen, but not completely. I don't know if you can see this little red caboose on the left, but a lady actually lives in that. Here on the left of the road here. She used to work at the garden center in Hickory, if she still is the same lady that lives there. But
Miss Trimble.
Okay, I guess there's a house right there by it too.
I think they live in the house. I don't think they live in the caboose anymore.
But she used to, did she not?
Yeah, I think her husband passed away, so
yeah.
she probably just lives in the house.
So she lived in the caboose and her husband was alive?
I think they built that, or lived in it, and then they built the house.
Okay.
I don't know the whole story, but I do know who she is.
I remember the lady. I hadn't seen her in a long time, but she used to work at Hickory Home and Garden. We still got a lot of videos to upload. I don't know when I'll get this one uploaded, to be perfectly honest with you. Right now at home I have a video uploading. It's probably going to be one of our harshest reviews ever, and I honestly hate to do one like that, but I thought about it, debated, decided not to, then decided it needed to be done. From Avis Car Rental, the way they try to do and have done a lot of people, but that's what's uploading now. I don't know when this one will get put on there, but hopefully not too long. Alright, so what I guess we'll do now is jump on Highway 321. That'll be the last part of our Granite Falls tour. We'll go down and about as far as Walmart, I guess, and show you how we're really coming up in the world as far as I never thought we would have a Walmart here. That was what, 2007, 2008?
Somewhere along those lines.
Yeah, we got a Walmart. We knew we had made it in the world then.
We had arrived.
It's still the worst stocked Walmart in the world. Always has been, even before all the shortages and stuff now. But we got one.
It is kind of convenient.
Okay, so we'll slide a little bit here. There we go. Okay, that's kind of fun. As long as we don't end up in the ditch. Okay, so we're going to jump on Highway 321 here.
That looks better.
Yeah, 321's mostly clear, although still that left lane's got some ice in it.
This is going to be fun.
What's that?
Going on this little side road to get on 321.
I'm going to enjoy it. This is Archer Street. A lot of these houses on Archer Street, they're old, let me just put it that way.
They're old mill houses from when Shuford Mills used to be out here.
Yeah.
They all built around the mills where people worked at. They just built their houses around where they were.
Yep. That's like over the next county from us, Henry River Village. That was actually in the Hunger Games. That was actually a mill village built around whatever that meal was, but that was actually used. I can't remember what district it was and which episode.
I've never even seen any of the movies.
Well, we looked it
tonight.
up when we were in California.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen them either. I just know about it. And folks, we're
All right, well,
we got problems right now. We're sliding. I don't know what to do about it. No, I do. We're in low gear, and I'm just going to coast on down to the highway. That was fun.
don't give me a heart attack.
Well, that wasn't bad.
No, but when you was like, I don't know what to do.
I was doing that to worry you. I've done a lot worse than that. Okay.
Your Riviere had to stand up and check on that.
He'll be fine.
Didn't know if you get some assistance.
So Highway 321, and the right lane is perfectly clear, so we'll just stay in it. So we got about another 1.5 miles of our tour. Or so. Oop, there went a snow. Alright, dog alert. Alright. He'll calm down in a minute. Over here is Captain's Galley on the right. That's our seafood restaurant. They're one of the best around here.
They are very good.
So,
Sunday specials are like the best.
yeah, you cannot beat the deal there. The Sunday special, you can either get the Canadian flounder, I think, for what, $9.99, or you can get a flounder and shrimp combo, which is enough to eat and then take some home with you.
We can actually even split it.
Yeah, and it's not $9-10 on a Sunday.
It's
You
a
you
lot
absolutely
of
cannot eat seafood for that price, and it's decent quality. I mean, again, we're
Yeah.
not at the beach, but you know, it's.
If you get their takeout thing, what was like $25?
Yeah, that's gone up a little bit, but it's
We
still
can
in the
eat on
20s.
that for like several days.
Yeah, you can get flounder, shrimp, more hush puppies than you can eat in a year. I don't like a leftover hush puppy. I like a hush puppy when it's hot.
Yeah.
So we usually throw hush puppies out, to be honest with you. Once we eat what we eat. But then baked potatoes. I think you get, what, 4 baked potatoes?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, all for under $30 and plenty of fish and shrimp. You can't beat the deals that place gives you. They got a lot of other things on the menu as well. Over there's Lake Hickory Veterinarian. That's where our Yorkies go for their care. Now, we're going to turn around up here at the light, but if we went down another 2 miles, we would cross the bridge into Hickory. So we're not far from Hickory at all. We're elevated up a little bit higher than Hickory is, so we generally get a little more snow, but sometimes it's pretty even. I think yesterday they got about what we did, maybe 5.5 inches, 6 inches. We got 6 in the yard. So we are going to curious what all's open. There's our Wendy's. They do not look to be open. Oh yeah, when we were naming the restaurants earlier, we didn't name our pizza parlor. We got a couple pizza places. We got Frankie's up here.
Oh, and they're good.
And Frankie's is very authentic New York, Brooklyn style pizza. I mean, it's the real deal. Of course, we got Pizza Hut, Papa John's, and Domino's. You know, that's good for something quick. But if you're wanting a really good pizza, you can actually get one in Granite Falls.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, we got a lot of choices.
Yeah. There to the right's my doctor. So anyway, we'll pull through right here at Frankie's Pizza, and that, like I say, they are really good. They've got like Italian subs as well, meatball subs, all kinds. I don't really know what all kinds they got, but whatever you're gonna find in any Italian restaurant, they got calzones, strombolis, Philly cheesesteaks. They're not open either.
Oh, look like anything here.
Right here's one of our 2 Mexican restaurants, the Mazatlan Family Mexican Restaurant. Yeah, folks, this is unheard of for Granite Falls just a few years ago. Tokyo Diner. They're really good.
Yeah, they are good. We've been there a couple times.
They give you pretty good portions for the money too. So.
Oh, there's going to be a shoe store coming up here beside of Sally's.
There used to be a shoe store in there, and they went out of business.
It's going to be called Shoe Sensation.
Well,
I guess they're working on it.
Yeah, and that was what was in that building when they first built this. It was a shoe store. I don't remember what it was called. They were expensive, I tell you that. All right, so here's our illustrious Walmart. And we don't fail to get here about 3 times a week, I think.
It's so convenient to home. It's like, oh, I forgot that. Yeah. Okay, let's go back.
Used to, when we had to go to Lenore to go to Walmart, we went once a week. You know,
yeah, I know.
We got our Walmart, but now it's just so easy to run out and get something.
Why are people standing outside?
They're just now opening?
I don't know.
I bet they are. I bet they're just now opening back up. I went out the other night before the snow hit. That was Saturday night. It was eerie almost. There was only a few people in the store. I don't know. It just had there was just like a weird feel in the air that night. Hardly anybody was on the road. It was almost like a nuclear bomb had hit or something.
I told him, I said, get me some more medicine just in case I can't get out for days.
And then, you know what she wants when I'm in the store?
Popsicles.
Popsicles. I've never heard anybody wants popsicles. And she never, in the summertime, she never asked for popsicles, ever. I don't think you've ever asked me for popsicles.
It's like I can't really taste or smell anything. And it's just like certain things all of a sudden I'll think, oh, that would be good, even though I can't taste it. And I thought, a popsicle would be
I thought
good.
You were getting your taste back a little bit.
It is now, but I'm saying when I asked for that.
Yeah. Yeah, we had already planned before she got sick. We had already planned to make some Louisiana spicy gumbo for when the snow hit. She usually makes broccoli cheddar soup, and that's decent, but we've been trying to eat some gumbo lately. Last week at Bayou Smokehouse, so we kind of had a taste for that. So she made some at home, then poor thing got sick and didn't get to even taste it.
Yeah, I ate some yesterday. I could tell it had heat in it, you know, because I did try to make it spicy, but exactly how spicy, I don't know.
But honestly, we're thankful her smell and taste is coming back. Our son had the virus back in August and still doesn't taste well at all.
Yeah, I mean, mine is like, you can't, certain things I can't imagine eating yet. It's like textures and stuff. I was telling him this morning, I said when I brush my teeth, toothpaste tastes terrible. I'm so
Alright, so we're heading back into Granite Falls. I'll leave this on as long as the sign entering into the town. I think we do have a pretty nice little sign. And then I'll see how she's feeling. We'll get a game plan as to what we're going to do, if we're going to head back home or ride around a little bit more. I had to get out. I felt like I was in jail.
I'm enjoying my ride. I mean, I'm game for more.
Well, then we'll do something else then. We'll talk about it. We may try to ride up towards Blowing Rock. I understand there is still snow falling up in that area, or the potential for, I think they said 3 or 4 more inches today. So, I don't know what they got. I know I was looking at the Newfound Gap webcam in the Smokies, and they had 14 inches there this morning. So, I think Boone was supposed to get about maybe a foot. So we'll see. Well, we're coming back up into Granite Falls now. Our little signs up here on the right. In fact, not on our NC Memory Makers YouTube, but I did a video on Christmas Day of 2010. I referenced earlier that day we got 10 inches of snow. I actually did a video on one of my other YouTube channels, and you can just look Merry Christmas from Granite Falls, North Carolina. It's under my other channel, and you can see our snow tour of Granite Falls back in 2010. It was a little different sign then. It was a blue sign.
Yeah, so I didn't know they didn't change it.
You know what? I just now noticed it too. That's bad. You live here. We pass this every day.
All the time, yeah.
And I do. I come home from work this way every single day. Granite Falls downtown. We got a massive sprawling downtown, folks. Not really.
I like our little town.
Oh yeah, I've lived here my whole life. So I'm used to it. It's home. That's not to say that if I didn't have a nice cabin up in Waynesville or Maggie Valley that, you know, I might not be persuaded, but tell you one thing, as much as I love the beach, I would not move to the ocean. I want to be where we get seasons, snowfall, fall leaves, you know. But we got a good location here.
Yeah, we really do.
We are 30 minutes from mountains. If you go north, Boone, Blowing Rock area, we're a little over an hour and a half east of the Smokies. And if we want to go to the beach, we can be there in about 4 hours.
Yeah, we're in a real good location.
Yeah. So can't complain a bit. And here's our Pizza Hut on the right. And our gas. 309. Now, by the way, back at Walmart, there's a Murphy's station back there, and I went out the other night to fill up because it was $2.96 and it had jumped to, I think, 306 or 306 or 309, one or the other. So I didn't get to save on it. And over to the left is our McDonald's. And by the way, we got auto parts stores now too.
Yeah,
all three of the main ones: Advance, AutoZone, and O'Reilly's. So I know that sounds just elementary to a lot of people, but again, this is a small town and had nothing for most of my life. Awesome. Alright, so I see Grandfather Mountain in the distance, and we're going to get a plan and see how far we're going to go.